Going and keep going, and man, that was a great one.
Stephane Lamarche. Le prochain combat prévu pour 3 rounds de 5 minutes.
DTF.
Next bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Les juges pour ce combat, the judges for this bout, Richard Blouin, Sylvain Leblanc et Éric Philippot. L'arbitre, le 3e homme à l'intérieur du ring, Yves Lavigne. Ce combat vous est fièrement présenté par D-Brand. Présentant tout premièrement dans le coin bleu, introducing first in the blue corner, son poids officiel, 155.9 livres. Professional record, an excellent one. 8 wins with 6 big wins coming before the bell and 1 draw in 17 outings as a professional. He represents Team Legion de Victoriaville, Quebec, the sensation, Dave Pariseau. Son adversaire dans le coin rouge, his opponent in the red corner, he weighed in at a solid 155.5 pounds. Professional records. 8 wins with 5 wins coming before the bell in 21 outings as a mixed martial arts professional. He proudly represents N1 Thai Boxing Academy from Ottawa, Ontario, Stephane Lamarche. L'arbitre de referee, Yves Lavigne.
Yves.
Protégez-vous en tout temps, obéissez à mes commandements tout temps. Si vous voulez toucher les gants, faites-le maintenant, retournez dans votre coin.
2 experienced individuals. Robin, Stephane Lamarche says he's been focusing on his Thai boxing abilities. Dave Pariseau, however, should have the reach advantage and the speed advantage. And right now, it's Lamarche fighting off of his back as this fight goes down to the canvas very quickly.
So Lamarche is very good on the ground, but look at this. Wow, Lamarche is trying to re-guard here. Some good stuff by Pariseau to get that pass on the sweep attempt.
And look at that.
Yeah.
Lamarche comes out on top looking for control, possible submission.
Watch, and he'll take that choke if he can get it, but he likes the Kimura. He's very, very good with it. Once he locks it on that, you're not getting it off. He'll stick with it until you can survive the round or he finishes it.
Pariseau, more than 10 years younger than Stephane Lamarche. However, Robin, you look at the physique of Lamarche. He does not look like he is anywhere close to 40 years old.
I think he does arm curls. This guy's in shape. And, you know, Pariseau was, the triangle attempt here, but you can get past. Oh.
The right hand sneaks through by Lamarche.
There was a time where you thought of these Pariseau brothers as kickboxers, but they've really developed on the ground. You can see the threats from guard here, and Steve Claveau is a guard wizard, so they train with him. Watch the triangle.
And there you see the triangle attempt. Lamarche avoids the submission.
Pariseau is looking good here. He tried for a omoplata after that armbar. Now he's trying to climb up for a triangle. Can convert to an armbar from there. He's tricky here. Watch the hips swing. Watch for a swing here.
There you see it. Trying to lock up that triangle choke once again.
He's got it. This is over.
Lamarche trying to pound away at the side of the skull.
Oh, Lamarche frames out. He's framing the elbow out. The long legs of Pariseau are dangerous. Look at Lamarche trying to frame that elbow to keep space between his own shoulder and his neck. Oh, he's in trouble now.
Lamarche could be in big trouble here. Pariseau trying to lock it up, but right now just on the toes, and Stephane Lamarche avoids it. Does he want to play with fire? Does he want to continue to stay in this position as he thinks about passing?
He needs to settle in. No, another triangle mid-pass. There's a threat to a triangle mid-pass, and he is locking it in. Steph has fought hard to get out of that one. You see Pariseau try to push the arm across. Look at the little backpack, front pack, as he's just... Jeez, this is a good one.
And look at that, Lamarche once again manages to stave off the submission.
You see Lamarche's right hand is looking for that chin, and you see a bit of a mouse on the above the eye of Pariseau. Pariseau's legs have got to be at least somewhat fatigued from those couple of hard, committed triangles. Trying for another.
Now, Robin, are you surprised that Lamarche has decided to engage in a ground battle?
Well, Lamarche's Kimura is his weapon, and he's good at it. And let's see if he can try and threaten it from guard here. A lot more guard fighting, a guard offense in this fight than you would have ever expected, but it's beautiful.
And Lamarche looking for that butterfly sweep, but settles into the closed guard.
So the Muay Thai fighter came out here looking to stand and strike against the kickboxer, and we've seen a great ground battle instead. See if Steph is looking for a triangle.
And Robin,
sweep.
we called it. This is the type of action that we've seen from these two individuals.
Yeah, yeah, and they're just, the guillotine.
Closed guard, guillotine choke.
I think he may get out. You see a lot of guys, they want Steph to switch his hip out. Oh, there's a neck crank scenario.
Very creative is Stephane Lamarche from his back.
Both these guys are having a really, really great fight. Steph's going to try the triangle now. You talked about the shape they're in. They better be in shape. This is exhausting to play this game and reverse it again.
Referee Yves Levine standing over the two, admiring the action.
Yeah. Yves great at his job. He's focused on his job, but I think he allows himself to enjoy it. He sees a real beauty in martial arts, and he's got the best. We got the second and third best seats in the house. Yves standing right in there.
Less than 30 seconds remaining in our opening round. A 155-pound battle, and Robin, the last number of fights, Stephane Lamarche actually competed at 170 pounds.
He's much better at 155. He has to cut a lot of weight to do it. Oh, beautiful stuff with the back.
But a mistake made, and the round comes to an end. Awesome stuff.
Great stuff. I think most judges are going to look at that one and say that Pariseau wins that round. He threatened the submissions. When he was on his back, he was offensive. When he was on the top, he did a lot of. It's a really tough one to say, but I think a lot of judges are going to see that one for Dave Pariseau.
Will age be a factor, considering that Pariseau is 10 years younger? But as I mentioned, Robin, he's been fighting for 10 years, so he has a lot of miles.
Yeah, he really does. And those guys fight in the gym. They don't spar in that Team Legion gym. They just go in there, they hug each other, and they beat the crap out of each other. So he has going on 20 fights, and he has going on another couple hundred in the gym.
And we know that Pariseau has most of his victories by way of submission. Knowing that fact, will Stephane Lamarche engage in a ground battle once again?
Lamarche, oh, there was something in there. Yves getting it out. You can't have any. Oh, it was ice. You can't really have that in there. And Steph took a couple of deep breaths there. Dave's looking fresh.
Lamarche looking for the inside leg attack. And once again, Lamarche goes back down to the canvas.
You know, a lot of his fights end up here. He loves to strike, comes in wanting to strike, but there's something instinctive in a fighter that he ends up where he ends up. You can go in and say, oh, I am going to take this guy down, and end up standing up and striking all night long.
There, Lamarche thinking about attacking.
And you can say, I'm going to stand up and have a Muay Thai battle with this guy and end up, you know, having a jiu-jitsu fight. It's just you end up where you instinctively go as a fighter. And you have to unlearn that. And after 20-odd fights, Steph isn't going to unlearn that. He is the fighter he is. Oh, he's looking for a calf crush.
Will he be able to get this crafty submission? Pariseau wise to it. But there, Lamarche looking for the sweep.
I'm surprised Steph hasn't threatened that Kimura. That's one of his great weapons, but Pariseau's hip to it, man.
And that's the thing. If you know that,
yeah,
I would imagine in the gym that's one of the things that you're working on diligently.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good spot for Lamarche with the control down. He's going to look for an arm.
And an up kick attempt. No. There, referee Yves Levine comes in. An illegal maneuver. Lamarche not known as a dirty fighter.
No, he's not. And Pariseau doesn't care.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm fine. You know, like it's like the up kick, you can't throw it if anything else other than the two soles of the feet are on the ground. And Dave's knees were down, so, but Pariseau, you know.
I know it's part of the rules, but
yeah.
I don't think it should be.
No.
If I'm on my back
Yeah.
and some guy's
He's
trying to
punching you in the
smash
face.
my head
Yeah.
in,
Yeah.
I should be able to do what I have to defend myself.
Pariseau's not going to be upset at all by this. You have to shoot him to get him to not want to continue, so.
The referee warning Lamarche.
Yeah, Steph's not a dirty fighter. It's just what happens in fights. And both guys are good with it. It's going to be no points off, so the fighting will continue.
And you saw Pariseau give the double thumbs up.
Let's
Action
see if
resumes.
Steph
The two
starts.
gentlemen touch gloves. And you saw a smile on the face of Lamarche, targeting that kick to the body, and he almost managed to sweep as soon as he went down to the ground.
Beautiful stuff as Dave slips around to the back. But Kimura now, that's going to be a Kimura threat right here. That's his game.
And you hear people in the crowd shouting, "Crank it."
Yes, and he
slips
slips
away.
off.
But look at that, in a good position to try to lock up the triangle choke.
Good position for Dave to pass, though, and look as he controls the foot.
And he does
Yes.
just that.
Very, very strategic pass.
But Robin, you have to be impressed with the athletic prowess of Stephane Lamarche as he thinks about that Kimura once again, but he's almost mounted.
Yeah, the Kimura's back, but you cannot finish a Kimura from mount. You can use it to try to sweep. You can create a different scenario, but he is mounted and gives up his back.
Lamarche not concerned that Pariseau is controlling his back.
Look at the control of that wrist, extending that arm. With your right arm extended like that, your neck is a much easier target. Some good stuff there by Dave Pariseau.
Lamarche hammering away at the skull of Pariseau.
Lamarche did a great job of getting it, changing the angle on his positioning there, but Pariseau equal to it and better, keeping it and staying on the back. We thought maybe a judge would give that first round to Pariseau. Oh, that was super close, and Lamarche had great moments, but I think this round is without question going Pariseau's way, but Lamarche turns into him.
Couple of hammer fists land right on the jaw. The corner of Lamarche asking for elbows.
This is the best positioning we've seen from Lamarche as he goes up on one foot and pushes off with the ball of his foot. That's been he's discovering the best position for him to fight and guard here against the very mobile Dave Pariseau. And watch for it as he goes up on one foot. There you see it, and this time he chooses both. Well, did I say Pariseau was going to take this round? You can steal a round very easily with this kind of work. Lamarche wants to squeeze the thighs there. There, see, up on one foot. Want to push off on the ball of his foot and use it there. Use it to pressure your thigh in. Oh, triangle again.
And this is the dangerous guard of Dave Pariseau. Could this be it?
10
seconds. Will Pariseau finish, or will Lamarche survive?
I think he's going to survive. He's got the elbow out so the choke isn't completely on the neck, and he's throwing punches still. He does.
And that is it. 2 rounds down as Lamarche races back to his corner.
Personally, I think Lamarche won that round with the damage from being on top and delivering punches and elbows. But will a judge see that? And round 1 also very close. I felt a judge might typically lean towards Pariseau in that situation, but I don't know what they're thinking. They're 3 human beings with their own thoughts and their own visions, and they're making a decision. So if you're either guy's corner, You absolutely have to win every minute of this round. And of course, you've been trying to do that all night, but you got to do it with some desperation.
A great night of action thus far here in Laval, Quebec for Fight for Pride Championship 2. Still to come, our main event. The bantamweights collide. We have Dimitri Wardenberg and Will Romero. And then our co-featured bout, 170 pounds, Martin Grandmont takes on Chris Franck. And then coming up next, Stralinia Gavrilovic, the undefeated French fighter, takes on Johan Romick.
Man, round
the third
three.
and final round underway here from this 155-pound tilt. It is Dave Pariseau in the black and white shorts, Stephane Lamarche in the black tie shorts, and it is Pariseau who thinks about the takedown early.
Lamarche has loved those low kicks, and Pariseau has loved answering the low kicks by closing the distance. Look at that.
And there you see a knee looking for the trip takedown.
Oh, beautiful stuff as he converts to the single. Some good stuff here out of these two guys. And that's what we were talking about at the beginning. People see guys, they'll see a record like this and go, oh, well, you know, this is a journeyman, this whatever. These are talented fighters. Their records reflect the level of competition they fought, their willingness to fight everyone. It doesn't reflect their skill.
And Lamarche can't be complacent, Robin. He can't be comfortable in this position because we simply have no idea how the judges are seeing this fight.
Nope. And neither does anybody in this fight, in their corners, in this audience. Nobody knows but those three individuals who have already written down their scores for rounds 1 and 2. He might threaten.
But at the same time, Pariseau also has to get it going as well because he gets the takedown. But if Lamarche manages to get a sweep and then starts inflicting damage, things can easily be swayed.
I think that you would consider that one a bit of an error. If this was baseball, that might have been an error. Lamarche overcommitted to that guillotine and left his legs open. Oh, but look at the Kimura sweep.
And Lamarche with the sweep. Great stuff as he looks for the anaconda choke. Will he get it here? Some great stuff.
I think he will get it.
Coming up on top. Stephane
I think
Lamarche.
he's got it. Oh, he has to give it up.
Pariseau proving how tough he really is.
That was, I mean, part of that is fatigue in the arms, the sweat that's moving on the body, because he had that locked up. Also, the positioning in the ring affected that, so good stuff.
Will Lamarche target that left arm of Pariseau?
In the world of obnoxious fight analogies and cliches, you know, we're in deep water here, who wants it more, all of that, but those cliches are true. These last 2.5 minutes of the last round of this fight after 12.5 really hard ones, these ones are about guts and heart and will and desire.
And Robin, when you look right now, Stephane Lamarche from his back is inflicting more damage than Dave Pariseau from the top.
Yes, he is, and that threat of that sweep, if he was fresher, he'd have got to his feet off of that. But that's exactly what we saw earlier. As he gets those hooks in and he uses them to elevate, it also causes Pariseau to have an opportunity to jump the guard, and he's been very good at it.
And now Lamarche on his knees.
Oh, there's going to be a threat. Look at the sit-out position, but he has to pull back on guard here. Lamarche tried to look to the sky and kind of do a modified wrestling sit-out. That guard jump has been very nice tonight.
And Robin, one thing we have to note, we talked about Stephane Lamarche competing at 155 pounds at the weigh-in. He looked pretty drawn out.
Yeah, he really did. That means he's big and powerful in the fight, but it also is tiring. It's hard on your organs, it's hard on your body, it's hard on your brain. Lamarche was going to try to use the Kimura threat again, but he's going to get his back taken, and he's going to get a choke threat here.
Just over a minute remaining in the third and final stanza.
You see that arm extended. Pariseau's, another thing he's done well all night is extend that arm to open up the neck. And, you know, we talked about gutting it out, and Pariseau has found another gear in this last half of round 3.
Pariseau trying to trap that right arm.
He's extending the left arm, and now he's got baseball control. 2 hands like a bat, 2 hands on one, and he's going to armbar.
Will he try to go for the arm lock? But no, Lamarche.
And Steph goes for it down the line. Oh, look at this.
These guys both want it. Stephane Lamarche trying his best to finish strong, and he does exactly that. A great battle on 155 pounds. Stephane Lamarche, Dave Pariseau.
Hey, man, you started this one by saying 2 guys cut from the same cloth. And they really are. That was a beautiful fight. You know, you look at these 2 guys, you look at their records, you look at their experience. They were perfect foils for each other in this fight, and that's what good matchmaking is about. You know, they lined up beautifully. They both drove down to the wire, and right at the end there, was that enough for Stephane Lamarche to be able to get that win? That's tough to say, man. Great fight, though. Privilege to watch it.
All the action taking place here at the Sport Expo in beautiful Laval. We are just outside of the historic city of Montreal.
Yeah, great night of fights, great vibe in the building, great feeling, great excitement in here, you know, good group of people, and sometimes that starts at the top. If you've got positive promoters, you got a positive environment, you bring in fighters that have that same kind of heart, and then you bring in an audience that wants that, and it really kind of, you can create a vibe around an event, and that's what we see here.
Right now, Robin, an interesting time for both of these teams because, quite frankly, they have no idea.
Yeah, and they both won it. We talked about that. You know, you've done the hard 15. You did the hard part.
Now it's out of your hands.
Yeah, it really is. And, you know, you always say it, that you should be proud either way, and I hope they are. But only one of them is going to win tonight. I'm going to get a chance to talk to the winner.
Ring announcer Pierre Bernier will give us the official decision.
Mesdames, Mesdemoiselles, Messieurs, après 3 rounds d'action, nous nous rendons vers les cartes de pointage. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, we go to the scorecards. Pour une décision partagée, we have a split decision. Le juge Blouin remet une carte de pointage de 29-28, Pariseau. Le juge Leblanc remet une carte de pointage de 30-27, Lamarche. Et le juge Judge Filippo renders the verdict. Carte de pointage 29-28 en faveur de Sensation, Dave Pariseau.
Dave Pariseau with the split decision victory here in this lightweight contest. A hard-fought battle.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear from both these guys. That was a great fight, guys. Stephane Lamarche, congratulations on a great 15 minutes. But your winner is Dave Pariseau. How you doing, Dave?
Good, good. It was a tough fight. Stephane is a tough guy. He surprised me a lot, and I did my best, but I think it wasn't enough.
Oh, man, you know, you guys put on a great show there. We talked about it in the broadcast. You're the same kind of man. You know, both of you guys just driven. You're going to really put it on each other. And it brought out the best in both of you.
Sorry, I didn't.
I felt, we really felt like facing each other brought out a great fight in both of you. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, sure. Stephane went to the war tonight. It's a tough opponent.
But you should be very proud of that fight, man. Is there anybody you want to thank? You got a tough group of fighters over at Team Legion.
Yeah, I want to thank my coach, Steve Claveau. He's my physical preparator too. And all my teammates, Kevin, Tommy, everybody, thanks a lot.
Congratulations, man. Steve Claveau is a legend. Your winner, Dave Pariseau. Congratulations.